draw. Like there's not much else. So,
what's the mentality you have around head knock, concussions, that sort of stuff? Do you kind of just not think about it at all, or just kind of?
My attitude towards that's changed a lot. Obviously, modern technology and everything that's happening, I'm real big on that in the club and in everything. I try not to, if I see someone take a hard shot, and even though I want to train, I'll pull them back and everything. Like, it's just not worth it later. Like, I see guys that I grew up with, and you watch famous fighters that after a fight, they can't even have a conversation. Like, I remember talking to a guy and they can't talk anymore. They can do what they do, but they can't get their words out. It's not a great thing to see. Like, it is hard.
It's tough, isn't it? It's very hard.
It's hard.
Hard to watch, hard to see, and then if you've got friends as well, that makes it even harder.
And you do notice it. Like, you do notice it. Like, if you have a series of fights in succession, things get a little bit slower. You lose your words a little bit. It does come back, but... so you would have a couple and then you would take a bigger break, or you would kind of... Personally, yeah.
Yeah.
But there was a point in time where I think I had 6 in 8 weeks.
6 fights in 8 weeks?
Yeah, because I went to some tournaments and stuff. So I had one, and then I fought twice in 2 days, and then I came back, and then I fought a week and a half later. I fought twice in one night because I was in a 4-man, and then I came back, and a week and a half later I fought again. So it was a...
And those fights, you obviously didn't come off any injuries or anything?
Yeah. So I burst my eardrum in one. I almost had my liver burst. So I was...
Holy shit.
Bleeding internally and a few other...
And you still fought?
This was in the later part. And then I did fight once again after that, and it took its toll on me. I then needed time.
Getting hit in the liver is not great.
Yeah.
I always try to explain to people what it's like to get hit in the liver. And you can't explain unless you actually... hit them in the liver.
It's worse than being knocked out. At least knocked out, you just wake up and you go, did I win? No, you didn't. But you're awake.
And it's your whole body just goes into protect. You actually tense up and you go, actually, you do that.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah. And everything shuts down. It's great.
There's a whole body cramp.
Yeah. And everything, you're just like in this little ball of pain.
You laugh because it's incredible. The body's just, your body's just saying, protect it as an organ. That's a major organ.
Yeah.
And even as well, when you get knocked out and then you wake up and you still think you're in the fight. Like the other guy, you said, that's even just as incredible.
Yeah.
The body just protect itself.
Yeah. But I mean, that's good where all this sanctioning stuff now, and they
I was about to get onto that. The sanctions, how does it, have they changed their attitude now? Like, would that still be allowed? That you doing?
No, you have to have time out.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like, and I think the time's extended. It got to a point where it was a month, and then it got. They pretty much tell you now. So you have to see a doc straight after your fight. They check you out, and if you've taken some knocks, they will say he's not allowed to fight for 6 weeks or whatnot.
Wow.
So it's good. I like it.
It's much better now. I guess there's even in all these other sports now are doing like 12. They're doing 12-day. Not suspension, but essentially other 12-day medical suspensions. Like you can't play. Like AFL now, that's that new rule. You have your 12. You've got 12 days off between games if you have a concussion. Even training, like we had 2 guys go down the other week or on training. Yeah, it was on Tuesday, and then they can't play round 1. But it doesn't have to head knocks a head knock. And the hardest thing is that it's not scalable. You can't say that's a bad concussion or that's not a bad concussion. A concussion is a concussion. This is how people react. Because even the Dangerfield and the Jake Kelly knock on the weekend, Jake Kelly was on the floor, he got concussed, broke his nose and that sort of stuff. But Dangerfield was able to play the rest. They still hit their head. Yeah. Still both got head, and Dangerfield was able to take it a little bit better than Kelly was.
Yep.
That'll be some of the fighting as well. Guys can get hit.
Some are good at it. Some are good at taking a punch. But there's only so many you can take.
And then when
you hear the thing where they're saying, his chin's gone. Or his chin's gone. Now he just gets knocked out. That's when you've had too many knocks. And it, in my opinion, shouldn't get that way. But it is a fight game. We are fighting. So it's like the awareness. So a lot of camps now don't do hard sparring. I only let our guys spar hard once a week, and even that, it's not hard. There's series of events when it's hard, but it's not every the hard that style. It doesn't even be like that anymore. Yeah, you look at some of the guys, they don't, in the UFC they do not spar.
And Max Holloway
did not spar for his last camp, and lit him up. It's like he'd been just sparring the whole time. Like his eye was in because he did his work. So you don't need the saying, you need like conditioning through the body, yeah, but not head knocks. Just a head knock is a head knock.
Do you feel like you still kind of need that for young, like a development fighter? Like you're in that kind of first kind of fights, because obviously Max Holloway is very experienced.
There's a balance. My opinion on that is if they're really comfortable at defending, they don't need to learn to take a punch. But they need to learn to be comfortable in that waterfall when it's all coming at you. They need to be comfortable there. It's not about taking a punch. You can either take a punch or you can't. That's what it is. But being settled and looking and like if you close your eyes when someone starts coming, you're going down because you can't see, and the shot that you don't see is the one that puts you down. So being comfortable and being able to look and being able to react and knowing your skills that at this point in time with this big toolbox I've got, do I evade? Do I sidestep? Do I have the skills to do that? What's coming? Can I lean back? Can I counter?
But that's just so many repetitions and repetitions.
Yeah,
that's kind of where you're going to have to still play fighting a little bit.
Yeah,
so you have to learn.
But you don't need to throw as hard as you can. Like there's times, and that's when we hit pads. Throw as hard as you can. It feels good hitting someone, unfortunately, but
the primal instinct,
and they're your teammates. Like you do it. And it feels good until they're hurt, and then you feel like crap.
Yeah.
And you're like, why am I doing this? And then that's why this sort of shift has happened, that we do a lot of tech stuff and we do a lot of longer style sparring now, where rather than having 3 minutes of fast and hard, I might get the guys to train for spar one round of 20 minutes non-stop. And they learn that they can't go as hard. But they learn to read, they learn to flow, they actually learn to watch body reaction, and actually their fight IQ changes. It goes from I need to be fit, fast and hard to if I can relax, I'm not going to burn energy. And then when I need to expend energy, I'm going to be really accurate with what I do. So the whole theory changes, and that fight IQ just dramatically increases. And their way of fighting. And they actually take less damage in that 20 minutes than they would in 3 minutes.